Watch your mouth, Chrisean.
Oh my God.
Play that with Blueface, not with D-Mac.
I'm not an internet gangster. I'm a gangster in real life. On Crips, bro. Red. No, that's all. No, Crips cool. But I'm in the blood.
Chrisean just stirred up a wild storm after cutting ties with the Crips and exposing Blueface's address, and people online are buzzing like it's a street-level earthquake. She's been jumping online, firing off threats, saying she'll send her crew at anyone who steps out of line, and now she's tossing those same threats toward Blueface like nothing happened. The Crips quickly reminded her she stepped into dangerous territory, especially since she was only claiming to be a Crip because Blue is a Crip, and folks say she was never fully part of their circle for real. Now that she's not with Blue anymore, she's moving without the protection she once had, and she might want to chill before things get messy fast. Before she ever got with Blue, she only connected herself with Bloods back in Baltimore, and that was the only lane she stayed in. But once she started dealing with Blue, she began bouncing between that and calling herself a Crip, switching sides like it was nothing, and people definitely noticed. Back in August, cameras even caught Chrisean throwing B signs, and that clip set the internet on fire with everybody questioning what she was really trying to represent.
Blue, you're not gonna live a long time. Keep going against our kid, bro. You're not gonna live a long time. Your second son, bro. That's crazy. Sorry. His address is 18663 Juniper Springs Drive. For everybody.
Back then, she was rolling with Hood Bino, and everyone knows Bino reps Team B hard. The whole thing made it look like she switches sides depending on whoever she's vibing with at the moment, and people were definitely talking about it. After bouncing from Bino and running back to Blue, she hopped on a live stream with Blue and suddenly announced she was a Crip, like it was a whole new identity she just unlocked. From the way things went down, it's clear Blue wasn't feeling all those recent clips of her and Bino, where she was out here claiming the B team loud and proud. So Blue stepped to her and asked straight up which lane she was riding with. No sugarcoating, no safety net. And when he pressed her on it, this is exactly what she had to say.
I'm saying what's going to happen to you after you try to hurt me. Play with me. Disrespect me. Try to embarrass me. Ruin my witness to God. You can't do none of that. Y'all can't do that. What the hell? Y'all can't do that without getting a consequence, bro. I don't care. That's the observation. Every time somebody really played with me, always get hurt, bro. And I never hurt them. Straight up. So I'm giving a warning. Just like how they deserve to be in a grave or in jail.
To keep it real, neither the B team nor the Crips were losing sleep over Chrisean switching sides every few days like she was picking outfits for the week. They never officially claimed her, so her jumping back and forth wasn't moving anybody. But everything flipped the moment she started firing off threats toward Blueface, and that's where she crossed a line that wasn't hers to touch. People forget Blueface is actually a Crip for real, not an online version of one, and his crew looks out for him heavy. There was no way they were just going to sit around while Chrisean threw out threats about him like it was nothing. So of course they reacted fast and made it clear they weren't playing around.
Feel me, her baby daddy, a Crip from Schoolyard, and you a Blood from Baby Stone Gorillas. Do you actually trust her?
She's smooth. I know she gonna keep it solid in the end. She ain't never gave me no Mickey feeling or even a feeling to make it think like that. And we know the truth, you know? Like, just know who to play with, just know who not to play with. Behavior, why would you even pitch your baby mama in a situation like that for her to pick Bloods and Crips and she don't game bang? She don't know shit about it.
If she and Blue were still together, his people probably would have brushed her off and kept it moving, treating her outbursts like just another loud moment online. But since they're not together anymore, everything she said hit way different, and they took her words as a real threat coming from someone outside the circle now. And what made it even more serious is that this wasn't the first time she talked about harming Blue. This was the second time she aimed that kind of energy at him, so the crew wasn't about to pretend it didn't matter.
Get a C word and said some fried shit. You playing with this because you f***ing on a kid. I don't even want to hear about a nigga nowhere in LA County. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Nigga knows some real Criplets that's like, what the f*** I'm saying, yeah,
Now check this out. Word on the street is that Chrisean's new guy is actually part of the B team too, which already had people raising eyebrows. During a recent interview, he got asked if he trusted Chrisean, and he confidently said she would never do him dirty the way she did Blue. And the internet lit up instantly because everyone knows he might be in for a tough lesson sooner or later. He even went as far as snapping at Blue, saying Blue had no right to question Chrisean about where she stands, like he fully believed he understood the situation better than anyone else. The whole thing had folks shaking their heads, wondering how long it'll take before reality catches up to him.
Has the utmost respect for women. He would never lay a hand on a lady, but he'll slap the shit out of a bitch. If you act like a nigga, he gonna treat you like a nigga, and I stand by that. That is how I raised my son.
A few days back, things heated up fast when a Crip member checked Chrisean after she called him a crab. For anyone who doesn't know, that word is a disrespectful flip used by rival groups. You take the P out of Crip and swap it with a B, turning it into crab, which is meant to mock and downgrade them. Even though Chrisean apologized right after she slipped up, the story traveled quick, and other members heard she was online talking reckless about them. That's when the situation escalated, and they jumped onto Instagram telling her she better watch her mouth before things get dangerous for real. One member named D-Loke even put out a whole video telling Chrisean not to step foot in LA again because, according to him, it just might be her last. The clip ended with him throwing out a harsh word. But we're keeping things clean here while still giving you the full picture. Instead of Chrisean focusing on her son's well-being and actually getting him the support he needs, she's out here stirring up chaos that puts her own safety on the line. She keeps jumping into drama that has nothing to do with her, and people are watching like she's walking straight into problems she doesn't need at all. Carlissa fired back at D-Loke for coming at Chrisean, and she said, "Now ask yourself, why would one of your homeboys sick some girls on your BM and possibly put your kid in harm's way? That's the type of stuff I don't ever want around me, even if I don't like the girl." Her message hit the internet loud, and people were buzzing over every word. But get this, D-Loke's mother, who is also rumored to be Carlissa's ex-girlfriend, jumped in to defend her son. She said D-Loke would never threaten or put his hands on any woman, and if he stepped in to check Chrisean, then it was only because she must have crossed a line and needed someone to straighten things out. Chrisean really needs to chill before she steps into a situation she can't walk away from. She keeps treating all this like it's some kind of game, and folks online are watching with wide eyes, wondering how far she's planning to push it. One person even commented, instead of focusing on she is playing with her life, pointing out how she's risking everything over drama she doesn't need. Someone else jumped in asking, "But now, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Chrisean playing around with these gangs? And don't really think she deserves the threats she got from D-Loke and the other Crip members." And that stirred up a whole wave of conversation. People had plenty to say about her choices and the danger she's brushing up against, like it's nothing. Drop your thoughts below because this situation just keeps twisting and the streets are definitely paying attention.